Good afternoon and welcome to skedLIVE for Tuesday, March 17th. I'm your host, Kyle Wyskiel, and here's what's making news today. Classes at York University have resumed across multiple faculties, with more to join next week. The university says more than 300 classes have resumed already since the start of the week, and more to follow tomorrow in the faculties of Science, Education, and Arts. There are still 6,000 teaching assistants on strike at the university. Teaching assistants at the University of Toronto are still on strike as mediation between the university and TAs yielded no results over the weekend. Some classes at the university have been cancelled for more than 2 weeks as the Canadian Union of Public Employees attempted to improve the average financial package for its members. The Ontario government is aiming to tackle some of the issues surrounding the Toronto District School Board by implementing a 7-member panel. The panel will be put in place amidst chronic governance problems with the aim to restore public confidence by ensuring the well-being of students while improving the overall structure of the TDSB. And now we'll go to Irisha Irwantini with sports.
Hi, I'm Marisha Della Irwantini, and here's your sport update for today. The Pan Am Torch Relays are just around the corner. Triathlete Simon Whitfield and Pan Am Games organizer show off the torch that will travel throughout Canada and Ontario ahead of this summer's games. Colored orange and white, the torch features the event's mascot. It was displayed at a special ceremony yesterday at the Ontario Science Centre. The Toronto Pan Am Games Torch Relays will begin May 31st and visit over 130 communities before making its final stop on July 10th at the opening ceremony. Eugenie Bouchard defeated Coco van de Wijk 6-3, 6-2 in the third round of the BNP Paribas Open. The 6th-seeded Canadian beat an error-prone van de Wijk once in the opening set, and twice in a second to win in just over an hour at the Showpiece Stadium court at the Indian Wells Tennis Garden. Bouchard will meet qualifier Lesia Surenko in the next round after Surenko defeated 20th-seeded Alice Cornet on Monday night. A visit to Edmonton will not be able to help the Toronto Maple Leafs out of their dreadful roadshow. The Leafs forward Nazem Kadri could be facing a suspension after a check to the head to Edmonton Oilers forward Matt Fraser during the third period of a 4-1 Leafs loss on Monday night. The Leafs continue to struggle into their final game of their road trip, falling behind 4-0 11 minutes into the game. The Leafs have one win in their past 21 road games. They lost all 3 games in Western Canada. Kyle Lowry changed his team's luck when he removed his sweatband. The Raps had lost 10 of their last 12 games prior to this game. But the All-Star had 20 points, 11 rebounds, 10 assists, and 3 steals in his second triple-double of the season, leading the Raptors to a 117-98 blowout at Indiana. Last night turned out to be a special night for the Atlantic Division leading Raptors as they improved to 40-27. 4 players went up in double figures. DeMar DeRozan finished with 22 points. Meanwhile, Jonas Valanciunas went up with 14 points and 11 rebounds. Amir Johnson added 11 points and 9 rebounds. Toronto shot 47% from the field. The team went 12 of 23 from downtown. Indiana lost its second straight game despite getting 23 points from George Hill and 20 from Rodney Stuckey. The Toronto Blue Jays continue in spring training tonight, taking on the New York Yankees in Tampa, Florida. For more on the Jays, check skedline.com for reporters Michael Zullo and Alex Carajorge's coverage of spring training. The Canadian Football League announced this morning that Jeffrey Orich will succeed Mark Cajon as commissioner. Cajon served 8 years as commissioner before leaving the post in January. CFL board chairman Jim Lawson said during the Grey Cup he hoped to have the new person in place by early April. The league is slightly ahead of schedule in finding Cajon's successor. San Francisco 49ers linebacker Chris Borland is retiring from professional football. One of the NFL's top rookies this past season is retiring because of his concern about the long-term effects of repetitive head trauma. The 24-year-old made his decision after consulting with family members, researchers, friends, and current and former teammates. Borland is one of several NFL players to announce an early retirement this offseason. Fellow 49ers linebacker Patrick Willis called it a career at 30 last Tuesday. The 27-year-old former Pittsburgh Steelers linebacker Jason Worilds and 26-year-old former Tennessee Titans quarterback Jack Locker also surprised many by ending their playing days. Now to the Soccer Champions Leagues. Two games will be played tonight on the second leg of the UEFA Champions League's round of 16. Arsenal has a chance at redemption against Monaco tonight after losing their first home game with the French team. Atletico Madrid will be aiming for the same goal against Bayer Leverkusen after losing their first game 1-0 in Germany. And that's sport updates for today. I'm Marisha Della, and now back to the studio.
Thank you, Della. Also, make sure to check out Alex Karageorgis and Michael Chulo's review of the Blue Jays spring training online, skedline.com. In other news, Mayor John Tory is going to Austin, Texas today on a 2-day trade mission. Tory will be attending the South by Southwest Festival alongside councillors Michael Thompson and Josh Cole. The trip is being billed as a way to generate ideas on how to grow Toronto's own North by Northeast music festival. The Toronto Festival earns a fraction of the Austin-based events, leading Tory to find ways to bring more money to the city. The niqab has gained attention recently, stemming from comments made by Prime Minister Stephen Harper about it being worn in ceremonial citizenship oaths. Now the topic is anything but slowing down, as MP Larry Miller came out on a local radio station telling women who wear the niqab in the ceremony to stay where they came from. Miller has since retracted his comments and apologized, but has attracted wide criticism for his public views. Elections are taking place in Israel today in what is considered to be a close race between Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and a center-left alliance. Netanyahu will be seeking re-election in the race, where the economy and living standards will be key topics at play, along with Israeli and Palestinian relations. Polls close at 4 p.m. and results of the election are expected to be announced soon afterwards. Now here's Brian Lee with our entertainment news. Brian?
Good afternoon, my name is Brian Lee, and here are your entertainment stories for today. Expect to see a lot of green today for St. Patrick's Day. Landmarks and buildings will be lit green, and people sporting green clothes will be drinking Guinness. What started out as a day that honors the patron saint of Ireland became a global phenomenon where people of all ethnicities come together to celebrate Irish heritage. Party safe tonight. Drake's Homecoming, The Lost Footage, a movie about Drake's ascension to stardom set to come out this Thursday, does not sit well with the rapper himself. Producers of the concert film may take Drake to court for libel after he publicly distanced himself from the release of the movie. Drake labeled the release of the film as unauthorized, saying that the film is not something OVO or Drake have any part in. The producers of the film fired back, saying that Drake is not honoring a contractual commitment. Drake and Sirius Entertainment had signed a deal back in February 2009 where the rapper agreed to concerts filming and was paid $15,000 in cash and was promised a 15% profit royalty for his participation in the project. After signing with Young Money in May the same year, Drake declined to purchase the footage from Sirius Entertainment on multiple occasions. Disney's live-action Beauty and the Beast has got a release date. Following the big opening of Disney's live-action Cinderella, the fairy tale retelling of Beauty and the Beast will be released March 17th, 2017, exactly 2 years from today. The cast for this film is definitely an attention grabber, with Emma Watson starring as Belle, and Downton Abbey star Dan Stevens will play the Beast. Luke Evans, who played Bard in the Hobbit trilogy, will be starring as Gaston. Domenico Dolce and Stefano Gabbana made headlines after Elton John publicly called them out on Instagram. John, furious with their comments on the synthetic nature of babies born by in vitro fertilization, said this in response: "How dare you refer to my beautiful children as synthetic? And shame on you for wagging your judgmental little fingers at IVF, a miracle that has allowed legions of loving people, both straight and gay, to fulfill their dream of having children. Your archaic thinking is out of step with the times, just like your fashions. I shall never wear Dolce & Gabbana ever again. Hashtag boycott Dolce & Gabbana." Since then, the hashtag took off on Twitter, and celebrities like Ricky Martin, Victoria Beckham, and Courtney Love chimed in to express their support for in vitro babies. In response, Dolce & Gabbana designers issued a statement on Sunday saying that their comments were not intended to judge the choices made by others. Kensington Palace confirmed that Prince Harry of Wales will be leaving the army. The prince, who is now 30, has served in the army for 10 years. He announced that he will end his military career in June, and as for his next move, he will he'll be looking for other longer-term employment opportunities. That's it for entertainment. Back to you, Kyle.
Thanks, Brian. Nintendo has partnered up with the Japanese company DINA in order to bring its games and characters to the mobile world. You can soon expect to find your favorite Nintendo characters on a variety of smart devices, including mobile phones, PCs, and tablets. However, the company says that it will not be porting over its old console games for now. The games are said to be available in the fall of 2015. Forensic scientists in Spain are saying that they have discovered the long-lost tomb of literary giant Miguel de Cervantes. The tomb found in Madrid's Convent of the Barefoot Trinitarians was found nearly 400 years after the Don Quixote writer's death. The writer was buried in 1616, but his coffin was later lost, only to be discovered by the forensics team using infrared cameras, 3D scanners, and ground-penetrating radar. And now for our weather update, here's Shantae Allen.
After yesterday's mild temperatures, today feels more like winter than spring. It's 2 degrees and overcast right now, but feels like -4. The temperature will drop down to -6 overnight. Now let's look at the 5-day forecast. It'll be mostly sunny with some light snow later on this week. Wednesday will be mainly sunny with a high of 0 degrees and a low of -7. The sunny weather will continue on to Thursday, and temperatures will rise to 3 degrees with a low of -5. Friday will warm up even more. The day will be partly cloudy, reaching a high of 5 degrees and a low of -2. We get another taste of winter with a bit of snow on Saturday. Temperatures will reach a high of 2 degrees and a low of -7, with light flurries scattered throughout the day. Then, brace yourself for Saturday. Don't let the sunny skies fool you. Temperatures will drop below 0 with a high of -5 and a low of -9. With your weather update, I'm Shantae Allen. Now back to the studio.
Thanks, Shantae. Nice to see that sunshine on the way. This has been skedLIVE for March 17th. For more of our stories, check out skedline.com. Until next time, I'm Kyle Wyskiel.